Hello to you. You didn't really think I'd take off without some final words to you lot, did you? Heck, no interruptions. One final bit of wisdom. Ego, Gaia, ego. One final sharing while I'm still able to do so. However, as you are listening to me bell-like tones one last time, it means that I've dipped my paddle just a little deeper into the current as I float along the never-ending stream of continuous life. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is just a dream. I didn't have to pack a bag. I didn't even have to take my body with me. And in fact, I didn't even choose to take any of my baggage with me. No bag, no body, no baggage. Just free to be. Yes! So, did I leave with any regrets? I always thought I'd leave with regrets. Things I had done which I wished I hadn't. Things I hadn't done which I wished I had. But now I am poised, ready to paddle into a part of the stream of life we humans call death, experienced often but seldom if ever remembered, and I realize I will be leaving without one major regret to slow me down. All those if-onlys, shoulds, coulds, shouldn't-haves, why-did-Is, all those times I could have tried harder but didn't. All those times I'd compared myself to others and found myself failing. All those times I'd decided I was better or superior or inferior to someone else. The numerous stories I'd told myself or about others that just weren't true. Or those times, not many admittedly, but never forgotten, when I would have given anything to have changed the decision I had made with the actions that then went with that decision. In other words, to have never done a certain deed towards someone or something else that having done so, I'd regretted all my life. But I've realized in the last short time that no matter how bad that action might have been, or how big the regret I held about having done it, as I am genuinely sorry for my action, there is nothing stopping me letting go of that regret, other than my need to keep berating myself, my need to keep that particular guilt and or shame alive, which is all pretty pointless, a waste of energy and time, and bottom line, boring. I'm now going to pause for a drink. That's better. So, after years and years of berating myself for certain actions, I've chosen to let it all go. Phew, pity it took me to dying before I really realized the waste of time taken up with regrets. But never mind, I got here. And as for anything else, every single life experience, no matter how big or how little, how wonderful or how ghastly, has made me who I am at this time of writing. And I really like who I am. In fact, I can honestly say I love who I am now. I've even got to grips with genuinely loving, and not just giving lip service, to my droopy breasts and wrinkled thighs, so how good is that? Good grief, Gaia, what are you doing? Funerals and breasts do not go together. But the way I see it, children dear, is that if I can write about God and sex in the same sentence, as I did in Genitals, Love and Other Bits and Pieces, then I can talk about my breasts at my funeral. No big deal there. Anyway, talking of breasts, my lovely friend Pat is going to speak with you next and is going to express what was in her mind in the making of the wonderful green work of art near my coffin. Now, when I first saw my moulded, naked 66-year-old breasts, I must say I thought, oh dear, not a good look. But little by little, as I defocused and allowed myself to see the whole picture and the story behind the story, I began to see the magnificence of the whole being, the glory of that which is I, the same exact magnificence and glory of that which is you, I might add. But I got sidetracked there for a moment. I was talking about life experiences. So, as for my friend Cancer, Yes, cancer truly has been my friend, and I've been so grateful to walk hand in hand on this journey with this amazing energy that so many people fear. In fact, I can honestly say that this time I've had with cancer has been the most special experience I've had in my whole life. It has shown me aspects of myself that I had no idea existed in me, and which have had no reason to appear without something as extreme as cancer coming into my life. I compare it to that tree in Australia that needs the brutality and horror of an extreme bushfire to allow it to reseed itself so it can reappear in all its magnificence to live again. The burning off of the dross, the letting go of the what-ises, to allow the joy of the what-can-bes to enter. And yes, the physical pain of cancer has been brutal at times. And yes, the thought that cancer could bring all sorts of gross experience to me before my physical life is done is not nice to think about. So I don't. However, even with these possibilities before me, the joy, delight, and amazement I have received more than makes up for any so-called negative aspects. So please, don't feel sad that cancer has been the reason for my leaving. I left at the exact right time, not 1 minute too early or 1 minute too late. And no matter what the physical reality of my death was, know that my soul was full of joyous belly laughter, my spirit was full of peace, and my being was full of love for you all. And so to my first song choice. To me, this song is one of the most beautiful ever written and ever sung, and describes beautifully how I see my life to have panned out. I'm just pausing for another drink. I dedicate I Will Always Love You to every person who has ever touched my heart in some way, whether or not I saw it at the time as a positive or not so positive experience. I am so grateful to each and every dear soul for choosing to be on my life stage, to guide me by word or deed, and to show me where I was at with my life at any given time. Was I liking who I was or not? Was I willing to change or not? Were they a mirror to show me how much in denial I was, a mirror showing me how similar they were, a mirror showing me what I didn't want to be like, or a mirror showing me how I could do it better than I had been doing? What mirror were they reflecting back to me? So whether you are in my life right now, or whether you left my life many years ago, thank you. You have helped me to create the Gaia Shan singer who is speaking these words right now. With your guidance, you have helped me to be the I that I am, a person who is able to say with joy and knowing that I really love me. And by really loving me, I have been able to really love you too, without judgment, without hooks, without conditions, without excuses, and without regrets. Isn't that great? This song is also for my family, those who have already returned from whence they came, and those still on our wonderful planet at this time. There is a teaching, for those who haven't heard it before, that the child chooses the family they're born into. I really liked that particular belief when I heard it, because it helped me with some blame issues I'd been carrying for many, many years. So I made that teaching one of my truths, and over time it has really worked for me. As such, I couldn't have been born into a more wonderful group of souls, and this includes all my first cousins. On my mum's side, we were all so close when we were young, and even though I drifted apart from most of you once I grew older and we had little in common, I never stopped loving you. I really wanted you to know that. And on my dad's side, it was more in my later years that we got to know each other a little more. Again, very special, and I love you all. Just grabbing another drink. Now, where are we? And then there is my one and only niece, my beautiful Alexandra, Rachel to me, who I love so dearly. and my one and only nephew, Richard, whom I love equally but differently, and their children, of course. Rachel is in Israel, Richard in Australia, but the wonderful thing about being more than just a physical body means that I am with you both at this time, and know that I'll never be far from you, Rachel. Just speak my name and I'll be there. And their incredible mum, Jean. What can I say to my very special sister-in-law? A woman whom my parents, Nora and David, and I have been truly blessed to have had in our family. Thank you, Lester, my big brother. You did really well there. We didn't know it at the time. We didn't know it for a while. But thank God we sure did get to know it. We had our ups and downs at the beginning, girl, but you came out tops and ended up being the best that ever happened in our family. I have nothing but admiration for you, Jean, and love you dearly. From my heart to yours, thank you. And of course, over and above that, these words are for my friends. Some of whom are so special. In my life, that there are no words to convey how much I love you, how much I appreciate you, and how truly special you are to me. Whether or not you believe in some sort of spiritual afterlife, know that I am always only a thought away, just a fraction of an inch away from you, not above you, not below you, but directly across from you, eyeballing you, muttering in your ear, chatting to you, encouraging you, supporting you, loving you, and cradling you in that love. I couldn't have done it without you. May God bless you all.